Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever on the North Atlantic map. Now, last time was an extended dance remix of a standard episode, as I went for 4 hours straight on, the faint ludicrousness. And I imagine most of you, or certainly many of you, have seen that already. Yes, if you haven't, you won't be familiar with this brand new station, which is Hair Bear, the magnificent new Hair Bear mega station, which, as we zoom out, you will see is directly under the town centre. If you want to know where I did that, watch the last 4 episodes, clear a little bit of time, make yourself a drink, put your feet up, and see how it's going. Now, the population of Hair Bear is not exactly. It's not exactly stellar right now, but it'll get there. It'll get back in business before too long. What the outcome, the upshot of this faintly mad reorganisation, for as successful as it was the first step on ensuring that the future is profitable. And I'm not entirely sure how far the future is going to spread, because, or certainly how long it's going to last, because we're on a large map, and as such, it will soon become a little unwieldy in terms of being able to view progress in any fashion at all. But while progress is available, we'll continue with it. We're not going to focus on Hair Bear today. It's had enough of our time. If we never go back there again, it will be too soon. We do have a significant amount of work to do in the North American side of things. In fact, let's orient ourselves correctly so we can get a geographic feel for the place. Yes, I've got quite a bit of work to do here in North America in order to well, I mean, it's the simplification of routes, and to be honest, I think I might destroy some routes entirely and replace them in order to make for better profitability, I think, rather than anything else. Likewise, shall I call it up? Yeah, I think we'll call it up. If we look at the US mega route, which was once the poster child of profitability, these days is just a thorn in my side. It's because we're waiting for the metro liner to turn up, and it won't be very long. In fact, let's just make sure it's not available now. Multiple units. No, there it is. There's the metro liner. Right, I could replace that right now. But to be honest, I'm going to simplify the route before that happens and make sure it's all electrified and the rest of it. But I'm not going to do that today. Today, we are going to turn our attention to Europe once again. Just for a change, we'll head back to Europe. Now, the good news in Europe is that its main route, the South Europe, catchy names are my thing. After all, let's get rid of that. It's not even doing anything. There we go. South Europe is this rather splendid horseshoe affair running round, even as far as Pacific Diamond these days, which is a little bit daft, but it does seem to be. Oh, beg your pardon. Seems to be fueling a little bit of demand here at Pac Diamond. 23 people waiting for it. Well, that's nice. Maybe the town is growing some after all. But yes, it is running, and it is running a profit, or it was last time I looked. There we go, 2.55 million. It's actually carrying other less profitable routes, and that's splendid. Now, the other two big kind of hitters in the European mainland, if I fish it up, is this one: Amasol, Rago 1, and Brian VA. Which, I mean, it only skirts the mainland, really. Mainland? Yeah, I guess you could call it mainland Europe. Then what else have we got going on here? We've got this light blue number, which is going to be called something to do with SAS, I imagine. There we go, SAS Brian VA. There we go, let's call that up as well. See, you can tell I haven't been Europing for a while. And then what have we got going? What's this red number? Wikaki Amasol. I'm not going to use the transatlantic because it's got too much America in there, so we can't focus on that one for the moment. But it is time to start phasing out the A4s, as much as I don't really want to, while they're running a good profit. In fact, let's How old are you chaps? 25 years. So I think we'll probably wait until they're at the later stages of life, let's put it that way. When they get a little older, we'll look to replace those out. But we do have some opportunities for modernisation. Now, this delicate little green number here that is carrying, 89 of 90 passengers at 60 odd miles per hour is only 13 years old. So we're going to leave it alone for now. I do need to think about a TFV route at some point, and in order to make that work, it really does need to go as far as possible. So I'm thinking probably either Rowan, hello, zipping up here all the way to Potato. That'd be quite a fun route. I mean, I'd need to do a little bit of track replacement to get that to work. Maybe stopping at Morgantown. See, the reason to do a TFV route that really does go absolutely miles is that way you can maximise the profit that it's going to make. But I don't know if that's gonna pay off or not. Anyway, Wikaki Amasol. That's where we're going to do first of all. Now, historically, this has been a pretty good route for profit. Where are we at currently? So it's running A4s, and they are getting on a bit, I believe. So these are, 28 years old. So the time is a good time. It is a good time to replace them. And what I want to replace them with is... ding-da-ding-da-ding. The Mirage. Now, it tops out at 70. I don't want to replace it with that. What am I thinking? That's a terrible train to replace it with. All right, well, which route are you going to do then? Because you had that all thought out in your head. Oh, I'll replace that one, thinking that the Mirage is going to be, nice and nippy. What have we got? SAS Brian VA. That's the other contender. See, look, there you go. Preparation. If you wanted preparation, go watch someone else. Right, we got these. What are we on? Litra NY's 12 years old. Impress me. 30 of 120, making money. I can't replace those either then, really, can I? Well, I guess, that's our show. There you go. I've actually got no plan at all. This was a giant waste of everybody's time, especially my own. Right, okay, well, in which case, shut your face and come up with something useful to do. I'm feeling European, and I'm feeling that there must be something I can do with this new train. It has been one of the favoured services in previous seasons, but I can't run it around the horseshoe because the horseshoe's long enough that I can run something nice and speedy up there. Morgantown is a great station. What do we got? Wikaki Amasol and SAS Brian VA. So we could run along here. Actually, that might do it. But no, we ruled that out because it's already making tons of cash. All right then. Well, what about this number up here? Starting up here in Rago 1, Amasol Rago 1 Brian VA is a big money maker right there. See, double-digit millions. Right. Well, that's not it then. But what we can do is we can replace Amasol still. So let's start there. And then who knows where we may end up. Okay, now I imagine this train is 43 years old, so it needs replacing anyway. Fortunately, otherwise I'd be wasting my time once again. So this is very straightforward stuff. We're looking for a handsome-looking diesel. Likewise, we do have these Deltics that need introducing. Now I'm only going to run those for a short time, because there is a sound error with them that means they are extraordinarily loud. So, don't say I didn't warn you. Now, what do we like? Do we like the BR blue? I think we're going to go with the maroon here. Okay, let's drop it on. That's a goods train. I mean, this is not going to be cheap. What do we got? That's boxcars, presumably. Oh, hold on. 13. No, 13 won't cut it. No, 18. 18's good. Oh, we are in 1968. I think we can chance one of these, In fact, yeah, absolutely. I think we're close enough to the modern era that we can actually start to run modern goods trains. So let's run that, stick you on 25%, and we'll watch the mayhem occur. Now, this train is never going to make all the money in the world because it's only servicing one station with goods at that. So goods in train favour, you know, I haven't yet got them to the stage that they're going to make me every penny ever. Hello, what are you? You're another goods service. I'm going to set you up as the same thing, otherwise you're only going to slow each other down. Right, that's Rago 1 steel. So let's give you exactly the same setup, and then we'll be happy. And then we'll go on and we'll set those class 55s. We'll stick at least one of those into service, so you can see just how dreadful the noise is. I want one of those, yes, and then we want one of these, like that. Splendid. Now, the good news about these chaps is they carry a tremendous amount of goods, while at the same time what? Looking great, yes, and being relatively inefficient to run. Good. You actually managed to complete a thought there. Right, so we don't need you replacing anymore, not for the moment, but we will. Follow along at home. There we go. Now, there are... So, obviously, this is a mod. This is not something that comes as standard. But one of the cool things about this is you can get additional wagons where it's faked having cargo on there, so that it looks good, even if it's missing cargo on there. So it looks like it's carrying a full load. And I don't think this track is fully upgraded, you know. Yeah, it's not. There we go. If we upgrade the track, this thing will go a bit faster because it's capable of 100 miles an hour. So let's set that up so it really chugs along. Not that cargo needs to be delivered quickly, but I believe there is still a benefit to be had in delivering stuff in a relatively timely fashion. So we might as well set it up to do just that. I mean, that was a little bit of a redundant upgrade there, but what the hey? Where are you off to? You're heading to Rago 1 East. Oh, you're heading up here. Okay, fine, good. No, be my guest by all means. Once you're there, we'll stop the instant upgrade happening. That'd be beneficial. Right, and you're dropping off at Amasol, so that's just down here. Where are we? Amasol Sidings is there. Amasol Sidings. Or are you merging back on? Maybe that's what I'm missing here. No. No, this is A4 land. Intrigue. Right, where are you? Well, there you are. You're clearly there. What? Oh, okay. Yes, of course. I did add a second station to Amasol. You can tell it's been far too long since I was last over here in Europe, because I'm forgetting where everything is. Oh dear. Right. Well, let's just finish watching this this final steam run. Do we want that? No, we can leave that closed at the moment and then sort it out afterwards. Oh, well, look at that. That was a good-looking shot there for a moment, and I blew it, as is so often the case. There we go. So, I mean, well, most definitely, the age of steam is drawing to a close. It's been glorious, but now we need to be more concerned about the age of making a profit in the later 20th century. Otherwise, there won't be anything beyond the later 20th century, and there's a whole slew of new trains coming out that I want to employ in some fashion. Right, there we go. Come on, make it go kapop, and then we can move on to other things. We can ruin the dreams of A4 fanciers out there, and replace those chaps with something a little bit more modern. Good. Right. So that's goods taken care of on the fair British Isles. But next up, what we want to do is, first off, we want to ensure that the whole of the transatlantic, because I think we'll go there first. As much as I said I wasn't going back to Hairbear, I guess I have to. Make sure it's all upgraded to high speed. Now, we're running diesel, so we don't even need to worry about electrification on this jaunt. But believe me, this is a noisy service that we're about to stick on here. A train that makes a hell of a racket. I mean, strictly speaking, I don't even need to do it for a little while yet, but ho-hum. Right, that was costing me 2 million to buy one of those, so let's see if we can't find something economic. Well, that's 1.2 on its own. Now, do we like the... No, we'll go with the traditional BR blue for this one. And then, there we go. Wagons. Now, I believe we have a coach shortage at the moment. So, I mean, you know, we could stick this West Rail coach on it, but that's terribly American. So we need something European that will... I mean, we could run this Danish number, which carries 20 passengers and is relatively modern. Otherwise, what are we looking at here? We're running at this Norwegian... Oh, it's a Norwegian job, but it only tops out at 75, and we can go 99. So I think we go Danish, because I don't have any British coaches that are suitable for the job. I mean, we could pack these Gresleys in, but you need a lot of them. So we're going to go with these Litra Bs. What's that? 40, 60, 80, 100. There we go. 100 passenger capacity. Yeah, switch it on. And then I want to find one of them, because we're going to retire one of these. As much as... Where are we? Yeah, we don't need 4-minute frequency. I mean, the good news is it is making a profit. There you go. It's going to be you, chum. You can wave a fond farewell, because I want to try and max out as many of these services as possible. Because profits demand it. We will, you know, we're not going to be profitable in the future if we continually run more trains than there is call for. Our goal from here on in is profit first. So, you know, sorry about that and what have you. Right, here we go. This looks like a likely candidate. Okay, so, you know, here we go. If you wanted a postcard photo of the glamour age of steam, you're looking at it. We're going to change it for a dirty, dirty diesel, and hopefully reign supreme in a profitable sense. That really is a very high bridge. But, you know, given the amount of faffing around it took to get that bridge up in the first place, I'm going to settle but for a little bit high. I imagine the suicide rate off there is quite significant. I don't know where these thoughts come from, but they do. Okay, right, upgrade time. Now, brace yourself. There we go, look at that. Fantastic. 21 of 100 passengers. Brilliant. Get used to that sound, you're going to hear it a lot. As mentioned, there is a minor bug with the sound for this train, whereby it's just about all you can hear. So I hope you enjoy it. Look, we might as well enjoy the view, because it's actually a very good locomotive. It's not horrendously expensive to run, and it gets up to a fair tilt. So you know, it's ideal for a route like the transatlantic. Splendid. Yes, and the other colour variants also they have the same issue. I mean, I imagine they're effectively repaints of this one. See, what I'm hoping for here is that we're going to see one coming in the opposite direction in a sec, because that will make for a, you know, one of the many celebrated and famous screenshot moments. Not on this bridge though. It's gonna look a bit rubbish on the bridge. Just pointing that out. And also, I want to see how many passengers it's got on board. So, you know, we'll give it a minute. We'll ride along. We don't often take the time to smell the flowers in this series. There's always another project to be getting on with. So let's just bear with me. If I were to stop talking, you'd probably enjoy it even more. But that's never going to happen. Dead air is dead air, friends. Right, where are we? Are we there? Where is it? I mean, I know I retired one. But unless it's created some kind of traffic mayhem, can't rule that out, then we should be encountering one coming in the opposite direction. There is, of course, the possibility I retired the wrong train. There we go. That's what happened. I retired the wrong train. That's what I did. Okay, you spotted that early. I've only recently come to the party of spotting that, so well done you. We're only running one train on the transatlantic. Crikey. Okay, well, fine. In that case, we can follow this guy all the way to his destination, but let's queue up another one to be replaced. Now, do I really want to run another one of these? These chaps are still relatively mod. Hold on, you're waiting for a free path. That's never a good sign. Okay, well, let's go. Let's see what's occurring here. Because if I've created a log jam by sending one to the depot, we want to unjam that. And this chap has evidently been there for a couple of minutes, because I think this one previously had a full load. Anyway, here we go. Approaching our destination. That's at Brian V8. Maybe it was just waiting for this other A4 to leave. Which would seem a little bit unreasonable. But who knows? You still waiting? Still waiting. Look, I have to find out what's going on over there. Amasol. Now, Amasol's the advert for what can happen when you actually lay your stations into a sensible area to begin with. Oh, hello. We've got problems here, haven't we? I can see it. Anyway, look, hey, see, look, an unscheduled. Let's ride the train from beginning to end. While it doesn't make very much money at all, you're going to need to do more profit than that. Right, what's going on here? You are waiting for a free path. That's the one I'm looking at. So if you're waiting for... Oh, we're off. I turn up, and all of a sudden it unclogs. Intriguing. What were you waiting for, then? I mean, admittedly, there's a lot of traffic on here. It's because you're heading to the depot. Okay, any train heading to the depot always has a tendency to screw things up a little bit. So there we go. So, yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an A4 fest round here, really. Now, one of the things I'd like to do at some point... Okay, so we're not going to accomplish much more today, but I felt like an ease the series back into the non-live streamed atmosphere. At some point, junctions like this one, I need to modernise. So I need to make it so that instead of filtering down one lane and then blocking absolutely everything, we merge traffic much faster, because as train speed increases, as does the likelihood that trains are kept waiting. And why have I got a signal there? That is a diabolical place to have a signal. And what the hell was I thinking? Get out of it. What we need here is... and where are we? We're on mainland Europe, so well, you can just have a standard signal. But, yeah, we don't want a signal there. Maybe here. And even that might be a little close to that junction. Anyway, yes, modernisation of junctions, all important. Likewise, modernisation of routes. We need to make sure that none of these routes are flippant. is the wrong word, but it's the word that I'm going to use. Routes that we're not maximising the potential profit of are all important. Probably reducing the number of trains a little. I don't really want to, but in doing so, it means that I have the option to pick the routes that actually run significant numbers down. And stations like Harebear, I want to make more commonplace. I'm going to need the money to make that happen as we mysteriously drift through that bridge. And so that's where we're going next. And we've got a couple. We've got the Peterbilt finally, and this rather marvellous EMD SD40 for those of you who are into such things. And we'll employ at least one of those in the next episode, I should imagine. So thanks very much for watching today. A bit patchy. Apologies for that, but to be honest, I'm patchy that often that I'm relatively certain nobody minds. So yeah, please chuck us a like on this one if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you've not yet done so, in order to ensure that you don't miss out on further adventures. And I will catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.